I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review. Today we have Kevin Mbabu. It's not the Shapeshifter, it's not the Europa League live card, it's not the base card, it's the Summer Heat. I am not going to complain about the fact that he has himself a Summer Heat card, right? Because this card, on paper, is going to be unreal. And in game, sensational. Do we need another Mbabu? If you have him and you linked him in, and maybe you've been using the 86 ever since, then I get it. I really do. You obviously want an upgrade, and that's fair enough. Not the easiest of players to link, which is definitely an issue and is probably the biggest negative about him, to be fair, is the fact that it's not going to be an easy card to link into a team. However, it's another card that EA have issued for the third time and not given for performance-based. So, I mean, you could argue Europa League Live is performance-based, but it's sort of a team effort rather than just individual. And then, of course, the Shapeshifter was just random, have a CDM card, mate. And then 92 Mbabu Summer Heat. Very easy to unlock, not an awful lot of difficult things to do in there, not very long-winded either. You could probably get it done in one session if you're good enough or you're in a low enough division. If not, two sessions should see you right. On paper, like I said, it's going to make for very good reading. I think in-game, though, it's going to make for even better reading because this is one of those cards, very much like Alan, and there are a few others in the game as well, that even though on paper they're not like blow your socks off good, in-game they fit the meta so well that they're insane. Ours 87 season objective card is one of those. I mean, now that he has a team of the season, of course, it's a little bit behind the curve, but even now, I still use him, and I still get an awful lot of enjoyment out of him, and he's still effective. Kante, on paper, the base Kante shouldn't be good enough anymore, but he is, because he fits the game so well. And Mbabu is basically the same. Now, not conventionally, because he's 6 foot, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, high attacking work rate, medium defensive, average body type. Instantly, if I read that and didn't know who he was, I'd be thinking, well, the 6 foot might not be ideal. The work rate for a fullback, I mean, it's good for some, not for others. The average body type, again, not ideal. You know, Wan-Bissaka's a great fullback. He's got a lean body type. So, yeah, straight away, it's not amazing reading. However, it works, and I don't know why. He's got 97 acceleration, 99 sprint speed, 94 agility, which basically offset the average body type and the height straight away. He feels very good on the ball. He's very agile. He's very good on the jockey. That's definitely one of the strong points of this card. Him, when you use L2 or LT, whichever platform you're on, no idea what it is on PC. Control, AL, full stops, / jockey or something. I don't know, but it's unbelievably responsive. So quick, unbelievably good. Now, moving into some of the other stats. He can pass, ladies and gentlemen. 93 short passing. One of the complaints I had on one of the 86s, I don't know which one it was, it might have been, I think it was the Shapeshifter. One of the complaints that I had about the Shapeshifter was his passing wasn't really good enough to be a CDM. Now that he's dropped back into his natural position of right back and been upgraded by 8 overall in passing, we finally have a card that knows how to pass. 93 short passing, 88 vision. Okay, granted, it's not as high as maybe you'd like it to be, but you know, chem styles exist, so why not? He has 99 crossing as well, by the way, and I'm not sure whether you're going to see evidence of it within the review, because I didn't record every game I played with him. However, his crossing is bang on. Now, whether you can rely on a crossing stat being how good a low-driven cross is, I'm not sure, because it might come under passing, it might come under crossing, I don't know. But either way, both are very accurate anyway, so yeah, there we go. In terms of his defensive stats, still very good. I mean, it's up to you what you want to do. I don't think there's any real need to give him a paced boost, so like, an anchor, I think, is a waste. A backbone, therefore, would probably be the way forward. You could argue a sentinel would be the way to go as well, and of course a Guardian definitely has its merits. Guardian, in my opinion, is probably the one you want to go for, because we talked about the passing being good enough, the physicals are good enough, and then of course the only thing really lacking in terms of reading on this card is the dribbling. It's all mid-80s apart from the agility. So realistically, what you want to do is crank up the ball control, get the dribbling up. If you can boost up the composure, then, you know, all might as well do it, right? The thing I'd like to do is get the balance and reactions up. Unfortunately, you just can't do it. Like, it's just not possible to get the reactions up. There are only 2 chem styles that actually work for that. Of course, I thought the one, maybe, what is the other one? Reactions, Maestro, Sniper, and I think that's it, right? You don't get a boost of reactions from anything else. And of course, we can't use a Sniper, because why would you want to use him as a striker? You could. He's actually a 90 rated striker. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. The only other one, of course, is a Maestro, which you could go with if you are, I suppose, a bit of a madman and you use him more as an attacker than you do a defender. But I think the Guardian's the best way to go. 200 coins, not an expensive chem style, cheapest there is actually, and you get a 97 rated fullback out of him. Like I said at the very beginning, the only real negative to speak of here is just the fact that he's going to be almost impossible to link. The reactions and the balance, I mean, I didn't see it as a problem. I didn't really, like, not once did I go, oh well, his balance was the reason he fell over there, or the reactions were the reason I couldn't do a drag back quick enough. There was never really any of that going on. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it, because I wasn't. He has an early crosser trait, which in my experience adds a little bit, and it's a very fine line. Basically, when you're running down that right-hand side, I use my fullbacks an awful lot, and you'll see that in the review when you're watching it right now, of course. I use them an awful lot. Stay back while attacking, but they're also on overlap, and I send them on runs a lot. And I use it more as a decoy. But obviously in this case I was using him because I wanted to review him and see what he was good at doing. Most of the time though I will use him as a decoy, and then they'll sort of spread their back line to try and cover them, or they'll drag people out to try and cover them, or whatever it may be. And it just leaves gaps everywhere, and it's so... I mean, you can get caught by doing this, of course, but so long as you've got one of your CDMs on stay back while attacking, your back two centre-backs should then split slightly, and then that guy will drop into the middle. You'll go to like a 3 at the back, and only one of them realistically will have gone forward. So you then are effectively still 4 at the back. So, anyway, just a quick explanation of how it works. But yeah, Mbabu going on the overlap is brilliant. And that early cross gives you that fraction of a second sooner that you can hit that ball, that window, that you can hit the ball and it still goes for a cross. If you notice, I don't know if you've ever tried it, but if you're running down the wing, say for example the right wing because you're with Mbabu, and you haven't quite hit the penalty area yet, like the sort of parallel to be with the penalty area, if you then go for a cross, chances are your player will launch the ball like 40 yards in front of himself, or it'll just go over the goal, or he might even go cross field because the game is like that sometimes. That's because he isn't engaged with the box yet. It's not a cross. The early cross trait allows him to be able to cross the ball sooner before he's parallel with the penalty area. So if you try it, it's only a small fraction of a window, but if you try it just outside the penalty area and you go for a cross, you can whip them. And if you've got someone, i.e. Frank Ribery's 94 summer heat card arriving at the back post, and you whip that ball very, very early, he's got the pace. Ryan Kent, Olmo, all those cards, St. Maximin, they're all quick enough. They've got that pace to just dart in behind. They beat every fullback, every defender. The early ball sends everybody in a bit of a fuddle. They've got no idea what's going on. And bang, that is a broken, overpowered shot. If you can get the cross in early and it goes to the back stick, whoever it is, it can be a base... I'm trying to think of someone. Walcott, Fraser, whoever it may be. Or it can be the best card in the game, i.e. Frank Ribery's summer heat card. They will score that if you hit it first time. It's broken. It is a broken shot. Now, with that being said, what negatives can I bring up? To be honest, there aren't any. I mean, it is literally just the links. There are a few things I'd like to be higher. You know, like like I said, I didn't really feel like it did anything, but I'd like the balance and the reactions to be higher so that if something does go wrong, I can't automatically go and blame that. Not that I would, but you know, sometimes if you're thinking, well, I'll play with him on 7 chem, whoever it may be. I'll put Mbabu 7 chem as a centre-back. If you concede a goal, it's because I've got Mbabu on 7 chem as a centre-back. Your brain just automatically makes up an excuse, and the only excuse you could think of was oh, well, that's not right, so I'll blame that. So I would like the balance and the reaction to be a little bit higher, but I don't think it's that big a deal. The aggression could be slightly higher, but again, it's just not that big a deal. All round, it's a very good card, and bear in mind, this is free. I think if you can fit him in your team, it will probably be an upgrade to whomever you have currently at right back. Unless you have maybe the best version of Zambrotta, or you have a team of the season card there, like, I'm trying to think of one that I would probably want to play ahead of Mbabu. I play Trent, and I don't actually have a problem with Trent, but I think Mbabu is better than Trent in this game. I can't really think of one, but if you have a current, like, really high-rated team of the season, or whatever it may be, fullback, yeah, I don't know if there will be much of a benefit to be had, but then again, this is very easy to complete, not difficult at all, and in my opinion, you should be completing this. This should be at one of the top of your priorities. I would forget Foot Champs if you're thinking of going in for it. Go and get Mbabu, get Pope for some fodder, or play with him if he fits your team. And you can't go wrong. Honestly, absolutely brilliant card. Big fan. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. Have you started working towards him yet? Maybe you've gone on a mad one and you've completed him already and you've tried him. Let me know how you feel in the comments. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.